I'm gonna let y'all know right now. This is a new segment we do in I Know Jumper, where we're doing deep dives into the careers and catalogs of different artists that we admire, and dissecting what are these legendary artists' top 10 songs of all time.
Mhm.
Now, it's only right to get this series set off with one of No Jumper's own close friends and someone that we in the city of Los Angeles hold in extremely high regard, Draco the Ruler.
One of the biggest legends, man. One of the biggest lyricists that we've seen since probably Sugar Free, honestly.
No cap, and like the influence that he's had is there's no denying. Just on
Every
like,
time we hear a new rapper, they're talking about flu flamming and hitting licks and flocks. Come on, it's Draco.
yeah, so like Draco, obviously, culturally he made a huge impact. Came to prominence around 2015. Had wound up securing a deal.
Wait, can we say one thing?
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
everybody be calling him Drakeo.
Oh yeah,
Can we just
Draco,
get his
not
name right?
Drakeo.
Yeah, it's Draco, not Drakeo.
He has a song called Draco, not Drakeo, which is a great record, but doesn't make the top 10 list, unfortunately, for this song.
You giving him a fast forward.
Which is well, no, I'll just let you know that's a great song. It doesn't quite make the list, but just for people that are not from the southwestern United States, you might not be familiar. Draco the Ruler, legendary rapper, came to prominence around 2015, first regionally, making a big buzz and giving a whole new face to Los Angeles when it had previously been known for strictly gangster rap music predominantly. And he kind of gave like a new face to what flocking looked like and what, driving
Fashion,
foreigns and
jewelry,
fashion, wearing, like
crashing foreigns,
the whole lingo, everything. Just for like he made things look and feel way more authentic and ushered in an entire new wave of rappers of this day. The impact, like his fingerprints are still in the DNA of most LA rappers of this day.
So now we talking about impact. How did he impact you? When was your first sight of Draco? What was going on?
I think the original version, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I will say that the original version of Mr. Get Dough, which featured Catchy the Great, was my first time
Rest in
hearing
peace to
him.
Catchy.
Long live Catchy, you feel me? Long live the greatest. And that's the first time I ever heard him, and I was like, whoa, this kid definitely has a super unique style and is talking really different, using lingo that rappers from LA haven't, like his whole phrasing and just like creatively what he was doing felt really different to me and was authentic and didn't seem to focus on dance floors or catering to girls or partying and things, but still like had a really appealing edge to it. So I was like, damn, like this kind of like is like nothing I've ever heard. And when I hear somebody that's manipulating language and just beyond all the other lore, beyond like, let's say this was like a white suburban kid or it wouldn't matter what race or whoever he was, just the way this guy writes is so unique. It's so outside the box.
I haven't heard an LA native rap like that besides Sugar Free. He's making new words.
Like I put him in like the category of like Ghostface Killer, Prodigy from Mobb Deep.
I ain't gonna hold you. I put him above that because I've never heard somebody make up new words that's not even in the dictionary, and it becomes so synonymous with LA.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Maylene,
kind of like
Bing Bing, Flu Flamming. So let's just break it down. So Draco was born December 1st, 1993 in South Central LA.
Sagittarius in the year of the rooster, like another guy I know.
Okay, the year of the rooster.
You feel me? Yeah.
When I first seen Draco, what made him significant to me was he was in a jerking crew. He was a dancer. That's when I seen him. And I was
greedy, fam?
Yeah. I was pretty much probably like 4 or 5 years older than him. Fast forward to time, I see him do a Vlad interview and he mentioned my name. I'm like, okay, let me do my research on him. As soon as I did my research, I became a fan. I started listening to the music. My first song I probably heard from him was probably would have been Killer Baby.
Oh yeah, that song
when they had the monkey mask on, they was in the desert. And I ain't gonna hold you, he was the first one I seen with the GLE. He was the first one I seen that was crashing foreigns too.
The foreign wave crash for himself.
But if you do go back on YouTube, there's prior videos of him freestyling to like.
That's okay. I was about to say that.
Yeah.
So I went back after seeing that and I found his YouTube channel, and this is probably in 2011. I want to say 2012. Or no, probably a little later, like 2014, I think, is when Mr. Get Dough, the original version, came out. Maybe before it was on YouTube. And then he had a YouTube channel with all these old freestyles. I
Exactly.
think go back to the damn near 2012, and that's kind of what he defined that genre of music as, nervous music.
Mhm.
And you know that him and all the Too Greedy Stink Team members wound up creating
Shout
and
out to
ushering
Ralphie.
in. You
Rest
feel
in
me?
peace to Catchy.
You feel me?
Stink
Long live
Team
Catchy.
boys.
You feel me? Long live Say So. You feel me? Like shouts to Ralphie. You feel me? Long live Drakeo. It's an
Yeah, you know,
incredible lineup if you look at that. Just
crazy.
starting four. You know what I
Crazy.
mean? Like,
But yeah, when I seen him on the
and now
Vlad
there's still a
interview,
bunch of Stink Team fools going crazy.
because I've heard about him before the Vlad interview, but when I seen the Vlad, let me rewind it. My boy, he from Weemas.
Mm-hmm.
Mexican dude from Weemas, Wilmington,
East side or West side?
East Side Weemas,
Okay.
over there by Banning. I
Big
was over there by
difference.
Banning High School, and he's like, "Hey, you ever heard of him?" I'm like, "Nah," and I'm hearing him now. At first, I wasn't messing with it because he was rapping off a beat to me.
Mm.
But I ain't gonna hold you. Probably like 2 or 3 days later, I was in the car with this girl and she was playing, and I'm like, "Yo, he low key getting off." Crazy though. Like the words he's saying, I wouldn't even like think about how I'm gonna manipulate these words to rhyme with these words and just to manipulate the beat and how the beat is falling off, and he's still on the beat, but he's actually falling off the beat. It was tough to me.
If you break things down from a real fundamental, like what defines an MC,
hmm
what makes a rapper great, and you look at all the different fundamentals: rhyme scheme, cadence, delivery, flow, vocal presence, voice. You know, Drakeo really checks all boxes.
Yeah.
Metaphors, simile. He uses all devices. He kind of like effortlessly weaves in between them and doesn't conform to the normal song structure that was popular. So to me, this was a really difficult list to make when it came down to what are the 10 best Drakeo songs. Now, you know, I
Now,
made
that,
a list.
that is something we do got to talk about. Now, when we talk about this list, before you start saying your top 10, and I say my top 10,
Mhm.
what was the things that depicted your top 10?
So this is my personal list, and I wound up giving a few honorable mentions that I feel like, and I showed you the list, and you didn't have any strong objections, anything.
I mean, you can't really object to anything that Drakeo did.
Right. The songs that I'm mentioning I want to just give honorable mentions before we get into the definitive list. So the honorable mentions go to Talk to Me featuring Drake, first of all, because although I don't personally care for the song and it's not one that I ever slap, and I don't feel like it's a real defining Drakeo the Ruler record in any capacity, it is because it's the most streamed Drakeo record of all time, and it's the most and Drake giving him a free hook and a free joint while he was locked up, just that symbolic gesture was so major. Now, here's the reason I bring that up too, is to say that the biggest misstep Drake had in his battle with Kendrick Lamar is the fact that he didn't mention that
Drakeo.
Kendrick shamelessly ripped off Drakeo the Ruler.
I thought
That's
too.
your own homeboy. You know
Personally,
what
I think if Drakeo was alive, it wouldn't have went the way it went.
I'm saying? Well, that's a very interesting take.
Because I think that obviously when Drakeo was alive, it was LA versus him.
Right.
The main pioneers that was controlling our hip hop scene were going against him. And he was fighting back like Mike Tyson versus the world.
Well, this is true, but as divided as LA gets, that would have created enough dissension in the ranks within Los Angeles as to where, because everybody was kind of behind Kendrick and we were all rallying behind him regardless on some West Coast shit. But if Drake had done that and really made the proper reference, especially in that one song where he's like, this fool bangs, but you don't. Even this fool bangs, but you don't. Da, 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 da. He could have been, we know the truth, Drakeo, da, da, that's who you copying in your diss songs.
I mean, to even go deeper, he could have literally said your rhyme scheme was taken from Drakeo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're clearly that would have changed the dynamic of that entire beat.
And you know, we love Kendrick, but no disrespect to Kendrick, but you didn't give Drakeo a verse when he was alive.
100%.
Drake did.
Right.
So I think honestly, if Drakeo, not Drakeo, but if Drakeo was still alive, I think that this would have went a little bit different. But
that's an interesting point.
Let's get into our top 10. What do you got for
so
your top 10? And please give me an explanation for every song.
Other honorable mentions, I got to put, and I know a lot of people would have this as an obvious choice in their top 10. I personally don't. It is a great record, though. The Impatient Freestyle, another one of the most definitive Drakeo.
Don't do me like that.
I mean, I don't have it in my
honorable?
top 10. I have that as an honorable mention Now I know a lot of people might have that as a top 5 or like a
Come on,
highly
man.
ranked Draco song.
Come on,
There's a
man.
lot of Draco songs I prefer, and I'll explain why. That's a great record, and it needs to be mentioned for several reasons, including the fact that it helped incriminate them and get them locked up. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's not the reason why it's not ranked. I just feel like there's better Draco songs and verses.
Give me
And
do your honorable mentions, because I'm gonna do mine, and then we'll go to your
okay.
top 10.
And then my final 2 honorable mentions are Chunky Monkey, because
Fire.
that again a
Fire.
really definitive moment, that video being used in testimony against them and all that. Ralphie's introduction of a flow that wound up being super influential in the landscape of Los Angeles rap, and just Draco himself and his presence in that video
The
and all
aura
that.
was
Like
so crazy,
yeah,
right?
that really just
My honorable mentions would definitely be Play With Your Life and Vince McMahon.
okay.
Come on, man. Vince McMahon was the one.
That is a banger.
Like, he always had a silly play with, like, people who we all seen when we were young.
Mhm.
SpongeBob, Silly Billy, Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Ox.
Yep.
Love,
Great
bro.
references.
I literally love bro for that. Because he incorporated, like, our
sure.
young life into what we're doing right now. And he made it to where we'll be cool to say it.
This fool goes between Star Wars and Simpsons references within the same bar.
Fire.
You feel me? Like he's on some other
Our
shit,
bulk
like,
truck.
and make it sound like
man.
super gangster. You like
Let's get to it.
No one's done anything like that. I'm also gonna give an honorable mention to the song Pippi Longstockings, because I believe that is the Stink Team core 3 members, Ralphie, Ketchy, and Draco, all at their peak going crazy. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And from my favorite Draco release of all time, the Cold Devil album.
That part.
With that being said, let's get into our list. At number 10, I got Popular Freestyle. For some reason, I keep going back to this song, you know what I mean? Like, and there are a lot of people would argue, like, off rip, how is this a better song than Impatient Freestyle? Like, I really feel like he was getting off, like, some of the way, like the callousness and ego personified and crystallized to its purest form in the most, like, interesting and original way possible. Like, we fucking fools bitches tonight. You feel me? Like, something fishy going on. Had to cut on the life because we done something's fishy going on. Had to cut on the light because we done gang bang this bitch and her man is outside. You feel me? N-word. You feel me?
That's too tough.
I'm tripping. All he wanted was a picture this time. Like, are you fucking kidding? Like,
and
like,
the way he incorporated the lines too. It's like it's all making sense. It's all in sequence.
yeah, like to me, right there just shows, like, come on, bro. Like, it just shows amazing self-confidence, wordplay, and just personifies Draco to his core. That's a great record.
My number 10 is Impatient Freestyle.
Not mad.
Now, the reason why I was messing with that was because obviously he went through a whole crime, a whole court case and such, and he held it down. But the Impatient Freestyle was fire.
Super fire.
Tough. Like, honestly, when I hear that beat, which we all know, I think it came from
Jeremiah.
It's not even a Jeremiah song no more.
Yeah,
It's a Draco song.
Yeah, Drake. And the fact that, like, I'm glad that it's still, like, that it never got.
Like, literally, I've been in the car and somebody was playing that, but it was the real Jeremiah song, and the people in the back started rapping Draco's
Draco's
verse.
Hanging
like,
out
oh, yeah.
the window. Yeah.
Come on, we're not playing that.
Number 9, the new K freestyle. This is when Draco was rapping over a lot of different mainstream beats this is after the Mustard situation had kind of like deviated, and he's showing fools like, hey, like, I don't need Mustard. Give me whatever beat. I'll chew that motherfucker up. I'll make it my own. He was for sure half asleep. He must have pulled a fucking 7.5 that day. You feel me? I don't know what he was off, like, you feel me? Like,
Bro's crashing whips, drinking.
Somebody's auntie still has some activists in the stash when Draco the Ruler recorded New K freestyle, because he was like falling asleep on the beat. That truly personifies the Mr. Mosley character. He's like, he's speaking from his id. It's his subconscious mind talking. You feel me? Like, I know Mary Lynch from Beijing, life savings a bucket.
Come on, man, let's go. Talk to him.
You feel me? Like, what?
You
What language are you speaking? Like, what is this flu flamanese that you are speaking, brother? Like,
flu flamanese is a new language. We have to make that really known.
You dig? Like,
flu flamanese, that's a new language.
It's crazy because I remember I had a bitch from OT, and she heard that. She was like, I was like, yo, how crazy is this? She's like, this sounds amazing, but you got to tell me what the fuck this fool talking about. You feel me?
Right.
Like, yeah.
They don't even understand the lingo.
But it sounds crazy though. You feel me?
My number 9 is Roll Bounce.
Oh yeah, roll bounce on my neck, bitch. Come on,
man. Now, Roll Bounce,
You can
And-
really just choose any song off Cold Devil. Like there's
Literally
no,
anything. But
every
Roll
song
Bounce,
on that album.
you know, Roll Bounce just make me feel good when I'm outside with the chains on. When I'm outside and I don't care what happens. I just want to shine tonight.
Exactly, and this is that video was released while he was incarcerated.
Mhm.
He didn't even have there was no bail in sight. It was a dark time for it, and the fact that wound up. I remember when it first came out, I was like, "Damn, I hope this song does okay," because he's not even outside. Now I'm cheating a little bit on this list because admittedly I am a big Draco. I'm a permanent resident of Draco Stan, California. It's a small city you might not know of. I have a two-way tie at number 8 between the songs GTA and the original version of Mr. Get Dough with Catchy the Great, not the Mustard
GTA
remix.
was that one.
GTA
Think this Grand
important.
Theft Auto, huh?
You feel me? So that record being so important because it
was in jail.
it demonstrates the fact that Draco has the highest rated, according to Pitchfork.com, which is like a big influential site when it comes to reviewing and honoring musical legacies. The most highly rated jail recorded album or prison recorded album in history. It's in the same category as releases by X-rated Mac Dre and the other legends who from behind the wall wound up making records. And to me, this is just like him not losing pace with what's going on in the streets and helping redefine it from behind the walls.
When I heard GTA, I just understood like there's nothing that's going to stop this man. Nothing. You're facing 2 murder accounts. No, I'm sorry. You're facing a murder count.
2 death penalties.
2 death penalties. But you got released and then they took you back. And you're still able to deliver that type of music?
And the reason why that's tied with the Mr. Get Dough original version
Mr. Get Dough.
Mr.
Get Dough.
Is because, it's the same Draco verse, you know what I mean, as that they use on the Mustard version. And Catchy wound up using the style that people to this day copy. The staccato delivery that Catchy was flipping right there, it was been repurposed by countless rappers who wound up making subsequent millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, Draco himself, with one of the most definitive verses, presenting the flocker alternative Los Angeles lifestyle in the most palatable way for a mainstream audience that I've ever heard done, thus giving it a tie at that spot.
Bet you a freestyle?
Great
Off
freestyle.
of that Shorty's beat?
Yeah, definitely.
I ain't gonna hold you. Shorty should have redid the song, gave him the whole song, just did the chorus.
What's crazy about that freestyle is how long it is. He rapped for like 6 minutes, damn near. That's like the longest Draco
But he's really rapping the whole way.
He's rapping the whole way.
The whole way. It was tough. Like there's quotables from every single minute of that song, from 1 through 6.
I love my girl, but I'm really curious about that one bar. Guatemalan bitch up in my DMs.
Who was it?
Who was it? Coming in hot at number 7 on the list, we got another 2-way tie. And these are both, the reason I have them tied is because
why are you cheating? You put into it. Come on, man. I mean, that's how good he is, though, right?
This is the last tie. This is the last tie, but these are both O3 Greedo collaborations. And I couldn't decide which O3 Greedo collab deserved a spot on the list. One of them, a clear favorite, again from the coveted Cold Devil album, Out the Slums, like.
I tell you what, I came out the slums. Come on,
Fat Daddy's like I'm Ralphie the Plug.
And what,
it's a rule of
like they were literally on Melrose in front of like fashion designer stores.
No. They were on Rodeo.
That's what it was.
In
that
front
was
of the Cavalli store. You feel me? Like, dude, like in Cavalli, but I came out the slums. On Rodeo, but I still got my
water
drum.
that I mixed with my mud.
Come on, bro. Like,
come on, baby.
It was really, really popping it. Now, I love the contrast that these two got. Because you got O3 Greedo, you got Draco.
My girl, I'm gonna feeling like that water.
Draco's so like mellow. He's like on his like barely awake fly shit. I'm high. I'm lackadaisical. I'm not even tripping at how good I am at rapping, but I'm rapping great. And then you got super hyped up O3 Greedo rapping like you feel me, fresh out the booth off that youter going stupid though. You feel me?
Right.
Hitting crazy cadences, punchlines, hitting everything effortlessly as well. But they're kind of like dichotomies of each other. They're like the polar opposites. But when you put them together, it's magic.
Facts, 100%. What was the second one?
And the fact that so I Don't Rap Beef is a slower song. I feel like that's more of like Draco's realm. And I feel like Out the Slums is more Greedo's realm a little bit, and they kind of met in the middle a little bit. Now that's anytime you get Ron producing records is going to be powerful.
Shout out to Ron too.
There's a select few that helped define that nervous music / what Greedo defined as creep music, his genre of music, like these different subgenres of LA rap really came to prominence under producers like that. So shouts to all the producers like Ron and all the others, Fizzle, all them dudes that helped Deuce on the track, all these dudes that helped define that sound. At a certain point, though, excuse me, I think Drakeo
you might need some Drakeo cough medicine.
Yeah, exactly. You could tell I'm not Mr. Mosley right now.
My next one is I hang with the ops.
Okay, banger.
Now, the reason why I say this is because I've never really heard nobody say that until he said it. Now, everybody says it, hang with the ops, you get slayed with the ops. I done heard probably like 100 rappers literally say that line, but I know who it came from. And I remember when he first made it, I was like, well, that's tough. Because that's really how we feel. Like, bro, if you writing a comment on my op stuff, talking about me, or even bigging them up, I'm on you too.
100%.
Hang with the ops, you get slayed with the ops. That's probably one of the most perfect sayings in the world.
And that's because, like, to me, like, there's 3 definitive Drakeo styles, right? There's the Drakeo, the original one, like the Mr. Get Dough, everything is really with it too. The laid back Drakeo. Then there's the Mr. Wrist Breaker, Bitch Breaker, the staccato Drakeo.
But then get to that.
And then there's this Drakeo with the high voice Drakeo. When that Drakeo comes
man.
out, yeah, it becomes
playing with that man.
Yeah, stop.
If you hanging with him, you getting slayed with him.
Exactly.
It made a lot of sense too. That's why we wasn't wrong. That's why he wasn't wrong about it.
Facts. And what you got at your top. So yeah, at number 6 on the list, this one I feel like is a really important song because it defines like Drakeo's really I don't give a fuck attitude. This is like what really resonated with me is the lack of fear of consequences. I'm a bat before, and so what? I'll get a new one. Like I'll do life if I do this. So what? You feel me? Like, and I know that might be considered crashing out, and that's a negative thing. But the way he perfectly harnessed that feeling that so many people have, because we could all have that feeling throughout our day. You don't need to be like a gangster ass dude or anything. You could just be a regular person, but sometimes your boss pisses you off and you just want to crash out on him, or you feel me? Like you can even be a girl, like your husband pisses you off and you want to like whatever it is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, there's no song that personifies that energy more than Silly Billy. You feel me? Like I love
Silly Billy.
You feel me? Like, hey, if you want me, come get me. You feel me? Like
I ain't hiding. That's my favorite part about that song. The way he just said that, I believed him though. If you're looking for me, come and get me.
You feel me? Anytime I'm mad at somebody,
Silly Billy,
please pull up.
Oh man,
pull up right now. Like you know where I'm at. Like,
yes.
And just like the dismissive nature of the Silly Billy, it's like a little childish taunt.
Bro, it's literally like a nonchalant jab at you. It's like I ain't hiding.
Now, if you know all the Easter eggs of who he's dissing in the video and things like that,
we gotta get too deep in
that.
You don't gotta get,
because I'm trying to, and I'll make it a point to say, I'm leaving out diss tracks that would most likely.
You talk about the Ingle?
Yeah, songs like that, you know what I'm saying, would most likely be on the list if you talk about influence and.
It was definitely a big song on the list. I didn't put it on my list neither.
We
both understand why.
Yeah,
we got respect for the culture, but
out of respect for
that was a big song. Let's just be real.
That's one of the most like impactful.
He stood up and he said, "I'm standing on this," and we got to respect the man that's standing on his business.
That video took it there in all aspects.
Shout out to
and that
Inglewood,
song as well. Yeah, shouts to everybody. You feel me?
Fights don't matter. We agree with that. Tough song.
Another banger. I feel like my number 5 song is the introduction of Drakeo's great vernacular on this song, Chili Baba. This is the first real word that he introduces. Now, if you listen to Mr. Get Dough, he has a lot of, he's the first person to talk about pops on my knots, having so much money you can't fold it in a bill, like all these different things you have to seek out the lore unless you're outside like you were at that time, like, and really know what these things meant or could even decipher it. Like, he's the first one to really contextualize these words, plus like create the slang. Like, nobody could be credited for Chili Baba besides Drakeo. This is like
I mean,
him adding to
it's a lot of words that we can't give nobody else credit for but him. Let's be real.
1000%. It's kind of the phrasing that Drakeo had earlier in his rap career that he kind of like, it stopped at Cold Devil. And then like when he got out of jail after that 3.5 year stretch, he was a very different artist. And he was like, the whole way he used his voice was different. The whole way his cadence was different. His subject matter was different. But there's a certain, I don't want to say innocence, because he was never an innocent dude. He got arrested for the first time at age 12. And you could even see clips of him and Ralphie as little kids. You could tell he was a badass kid from day one. But there's a certain exuberance and happiness in his cadence and just like playfulness he would kind of inject into his music, while still being a stark contrast to the dark subject matter he's engaging in. And right there, it's like Chili Bob is like the perfect personification.
Like your choice
of that.
of diction right there.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's a really
That was very good.
And I'm being very deliberate because this video means a lot to me. And I really hope, it's an artist that I admire. And I think it's important that people examine these songs. And when people be like, oh, what Drakeo songs? Because a lot of people from other places might not be up or hip yet, or they're still getting turned out now. Like, they're still hearing, oh, Squabble Up. They just heard Squabble Up for the first time. Exactly. And they're like, oh, wait, there's somebody that actually rapped like this before that he was copying. Like,
that's
yes,
crazy.
Motherfucker.
Yes.
In fact, you could hear the traces of it in songs like Chili Baba several years before.
Silly Billy.
Come on. Can't go wrong
We
with
agree
it.
with that?
Oh, yeah. Like, I actually, like, between Chili Baba and Silly Billy.
You got to choose Silly Billy.
It was really hard. It was hard for me to make that choice. I wound up choosing Chili Baba just because, like, me personally,
if you're looking for me, come and get me.
Although if I'd be lying if I said I'd probably slap Silly Billy more than Chili Baba, if I'm being honest.
Come on, man. I think Silly Billy, when he put out Silly Billy, I think that was that pre-Mustard signing or after?
After.
So that's when he was creating his own lane.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it too. I think he was really talking to people.
No, he was definitely talking.
And that's when I start respecting him as a man, because obviously everybody's been blackballed in the rap game. But he said, I'm standing up. If you're looking for me, come and get me. And he was talking his stuff before that.
And he was talking, and these fools were like, hey, 32nd and Naomi.
Now,
you feel me?
this
like, they're saying exactly where they were. My number 4 choice is Big Bang Uchis. Now, a lot of people might not remember. To me, now, I might have the order wrong or just but I heard Big Bang Uchis before Flu Flamin'. I believe the Big Bang Uchis video dropped before Flu Flamin'. I could be wrong and maybe just came across my desk first, but like,
I think Big Bang Uchis came out after Flu Flamin'.
Like I said, I might be
Big Bang
mistaken.
Uchis on the dashboard.
But that was the first record off of Cold Devil that I heard. And when I heard it, I was like, man, this kid's back again.
He got it.
And I was already a huge fan. He was already like one of my favorites in LA. And also at that point, he became, one of my favorite rappers of all time. And he just kind of transcended and just showed, like, with his wordplay, with like his manipulation of language, with bro coming out the way he did in the video, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, between that and the Flu Flamin' video, him having the that crazy ass hoodie on that had like Confederate flag print or whatever. And I was like, yo, what is bro doing? Like, this is like,
man, you had a Confederate flag conversation.
Yeah,
before.
you feel me? Like, I was like, what the fuck is bro doing? Like, but like him introducing again more lexicon, but doing it in a more deeply rooted way, and just you could hear the rhymes getting better and like the beats getting more advanced. It was getting more darker and ominous. I really feel like at that point that Nervous music really fully manifested, and like the vision that he had. This is no longer like the graveyard of the Jerk era. This is now of its own fully formed identity.
Do you think that's when it became an identity where other people were looking at it and be like, hey, I want to mimic that?
I would say right around that time. I think people had already been, and there had already been like a lot of local rappers kind of catching wind, but I think like the people that were just overall aware of like LA culture and just kind of starting to catch wind, that's when he was like the face that people were paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
And people that were up on game and knew what was like cutting edge for Los Angeles and what was really like defining the region. Not what the tourists are listening to, not what people think we listen to in LA, not a 6'4" Impalas and yay and all that, because it's not, and that's great, and that had its time, but this
It's had its time, but
decades
it wasn't
ago.
the time though.
And LA has
Yeah.
grown and evolved culturally, like there's so much more to it, with the representation of the cross-pollination of Latino, Black, and Asian culture, as well as Middle Eastern and the white people and everybody that define Los Angeles. Drakeo kind of like really just became
The face of it.
Yeah, this is like the defining force behind it. And
100%. I agree.
anybody that really wants to dispute that probably doesn't like him as a person, and I understand. You feel
We'll
me?
see the comments. This song, I might be controversial for choosing it, but he's the first person I ever heard say that, and this is Shooter Baby.
Okay.
I've never heard nobody talking about shooting a baby. Like, that's one of the things that's just like, that's just out of bounds. We don't talk about that.
No, like for sure. Like Drakeo.
But bro said, fuck the out of bounds. I'm stepping over it.
And you're absolutely right. And that's one of the things that Ralphie said recently. He said if Drakeo was still alive right now, and this coming straight from his brother, he's like, he for sure would have had probably like some Ice bars or some Charlie Kirk bars or something that's
100%.
edgy and controversial. Because that's like, if you look at what some of the things he said is absolutely.
I ain't gonna hold you. What you just saying that, so I'm finna go home and make some new raps. Don't be surprised if you hear a Charlie Kirk rap. Because I ain't gonna hold you. When I heard him talking about shooting a baby, when I first heard it, I'm like, ooh, he finna get blackballed.
Right.
Then I started seeing them views go up. Then I started seeing cars pull up in my hood playing. I'm like, oh yeah, it don't matter no more. It really don't matter. It's just the way you say it.
And it's really just talking about, like, again, it's just like tapping into the spirit of not giving a fuck. Because obviously we know Drakeo loved his kid. You feel me? He's like, he references Kanan in the booth with him. He says
of times.
His kid by name had his kid in the booth for some of his biggest songs. So, he's obviously just joking, but hey, might kill the baby. Top 3, it gets really, really close.
Okay,
My
now
favorite,
this is where it get detrimental right now.
yeah. So, number 3, right when Drakeo came home, the first statement he had to say is, give him 33 shots because fights don't matter.
Woo! When I heard that was crazy.
Plug told me 17-5, I started paisa dancing.
Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. Even when I heard the title, Fights Don't Matter,
Bro.
I said, oh, he different. He different.
And he was really like, although it's not a positive message to convey, and this is a dude that's fresh off of, like, per my understanding, standing tall for his entire incarceration, not PCing up, getting forced into incarceration because he's talking shit publicly about the DA on the case and officers and things, and then they wind up trying to bury him under the jail and putting him under cruel and unusual circumstances where he's like in solitary for several years, which is actually inhumane when he hasn't even been convicted of anything. Winds up beating the case and having to, due to like some weird stipulation they make, beat the case again.
Exactly.
So like he's really embodying the energy of everything he's been feeling, all the injustices, all the bullshit. And this is really how he feels. Like, despite standing tall, even though I stood tall and I might have fought, fights don't matter at the end of the day. This is a city where motherfuckers live and die by the gun.
That part.
And he's unfortunately right. And that's why that song is as poignant and resonant today as it was the day that it dropped.
Number 3 is I Know the Truth.
Banger.
And the reason why I say that, it's not even based off of just the music. It's based off the fact that I've never heard nobody say I know the truth until he said it. Now, every time I see somebody try to make an argument on the internet, they want to say, we know the truth, or I know the truth. It's like, bro.
Him, like, choosing the truth to define himself as.
Crazy.
And then people actually running with it.
Crazy.
That's one of, like, the most clever.
Ridiculous. It's like, bro, that lets you know how much, like, pull you have when you're alive.
That's power and manipulation.
And then honestly, if I'm not mistaken, this started popping up after he passed away.
Well, that's like when the Keep the Truth Alive and all that, and the We Know the Truth became, because he's saying this on his records. Like you could hear it all throughout his songs before, and like you're naming songs titled
literally,
that. Like,
I literally go outside, right? And I literally was at the bar, and my boy didn't have an ID, right? And the dude's like, well, you can't come over here. He's like, well, I'm 25. We know the truth. I said, oh, this is different, bro. Like, this is different. But I know where you got that from. You got that from that man. You would have never said that. You would have been like, oh, I'm 25 and just left.
Right.
But you said, I'm 25. We know the truth. Come on, Draco. That's what you're doing.
Very influential. Now we're getting into the top 2 Drakeo the Ruler songs.
This is where it gets real.
Of all time.
We got 2. Come on. Bring us home, Lush. What we got going?
Number
Draco.
2. Number 2. Obviously, if I haven't mentioned it yet, Flu Flamin'. You know, like, I'm back up on that crazy shit.
Psycho.
Bob.
Psycho.
The Sideshow Maniac.
Come on, man.
I'm Luke Skywalker with this Glock playing laser tag. Big lasers. Are you serious? Like,
They don't understand it, though.
Say, bro.
You got to say it like that for them to understand it.
Yeah, like, but just like the wordplay, the metaphors, like I mentioned earlier, oscillating between 2 crazy cultural references, The Simpsons and Star Wars, but within a bar.
Like, who can make a connection between The Simpsons and Star Wars
and make it sound cool and make it sound hard and like
only a geek going to anime or what was it, Anime Con or what, some shit like that? The Anime Expo.
But this is a fool that was flocking, robbing, not afraid to beef with gangs, and he was drastically ruling and killing every opposition. AKA
Doesn't it kind of make
you feel me?
Doesn't it kind of make you think like, bro, what were you watching when you were a kid?
You know, for sure, like there's a lot of cartoons in the crib, like you could tell, like I feel like it's just like his ability to absorb data, because when he talks about his namesake, not only is it the acronym that I just mentioned earlier, drastically ruling and killing every opposition, but he was referencing a dude named Drakeo, who was a philosopher thousands of years ago, who ushered in the draconian method of thought, which AKA like he gets to decide who lives or dies. And it's like,
I didn't even know that. That's something new to me.
He referenced that in his No Jumper interview and multiple other interviews and things like that. But the fact that this kid who clearly didn't pay much attention in school is this intelligent and has this much frame of reference, like maybe he was paying closer attention than people realize. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Flu Flamin' just again introducing more words into the lexicon, just getting with a super catchy hook. I think the biggest complaint people have about Flu Flamin' is that it's not long enough, but I think it's the perfect length. I need a hook twice, one amazing verse, and then talk shit at the end. You feel me? I just go ahead.
Makes you want to listen to it again.
If Drakeo talks shit for less than a minute at the end of the song, I'm disappointed. I just want to hear like you rambling and saying the most insulting things you could possibly think.
You know, that remind me of, remember when 50 Cent back in the days, in the G-Unit days, when he just talk all that stuff? That was the best part of the song.
Literally.
Literally.
There are certain Drakeo songs where I can't, as much as I love the bars, I'm waiting for the shit talking at the end.
Number 2, Big Bank Uchi's on the dashboard. That part.
Not mad at you.
Come on, man.
I had a top 3 as well, so.
It's no dispute. We
Yeah,
know.
no.
Hey, what did he say?
I had number 4.
The truth is undisputed. We know the truth.
You can't hate on that song. Like if you fuck with Drakeo, you finna like that record. Number 1 is Flu Flamin' Op, obviously.
Okay, there it is. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, the number 1 Drakeo the Ruler song of all time, in my opinion. If someone's never heard Drakeo and you want to show, this is Drakeo at his peak greatness. This is Drakeo peak rapping ability, peak aura ability. Just like this is Drakeo at his greatest. And it also showcases Drakeo and his brother Ralphie and the 1-2 punch that they are, and the underrated as a duo. When you talk about the great duos of hip hop history, particularly of the West Coast lineage, like Dog Pound, Daz and Corrupt, the East Siders, you feel me? Like Trady and Goldie Low. You got to talk about Drakeo the Ruler and Ralphie the Plug as one of the great West Coast rap duos in history. You know what I mean? Like, they're, to us, that's just like the same thing as MOP or fucking Mobb Deep, or you know what I'm saying?
We got to compare them with Outkast one
Yeah,
day.
like, you know, it's literally the Locks. You feel me? Not the Locks, but just Jada and Sheik. You know what I'm saying? Like, they definitely a 1-2 punch. Yeah, types or you feel me? Biggie and Hove. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there it is.
That 1-2 punch, or you could even say Hove and Ye, you know, Future and Drake. There's so many different Drake and Wayne.
You cooking right now.
All these different combinations, this 1-2 punch that brings out even further greatness. And I feel like Draco always wanted to rap great, and there's so many examples of it. But a lot of him rapping at his best is when Ralphie's right there with a verse to go crazy too. And to me, that's Ralphie had one of his best verses in that song, and two of Draco's best verses, and just like a really palatable hook, great beat, great hook. To me, that is peak Draco the Ruler.
My number one song, Draco catalog. Pow! Right in the kisser.
Okay, so that is
Pow! Right in the kisser.
I wanted to make Pow Right in the Kisser an honorable mention because I love that record, but I just, out of respect, didn't want to have a Remble verse.
Listen,
on the
I'm not
list.
caring about whose verse is on there. We was only listening to Draco.
Yeah,
And then when I heard pow right in the kisser. Now, me being how old I am, I knew I heard that before, but I didn't know where I heard it at. And so I had to do my research, and I actually just forgot right now. I'm having
no,
a brain
it's
fart.
it's from it's not Archie Bunker. You feel me?
I think it
All in
might
the
be.
Family. It's like an old white TV show.
Yeah, it's
back-
definitely an old
yeah,
TV
like
show.
Alice, like to the moon, Alice, pow,
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, that right there made me look at him like, damn, like the way that he thinks and the way that his mind is just like so, just like long. It's like,
expansive.
how do you even make that a song?
Made that a frame of reference. Made it sound cool.
Pow! Right in the kisser.
And that wound up being like, I'm glad you brought that song up because that's the song format of Peekaboo. It's the exact same thing.
I didn't put my
Bar,
bar in
and
my
then
chains. Here you go.
Peekaboo.
Yeah. Pow! Right in the kisser.
It's
Zum, 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 zum.
Pow!
Pow! Right in the kisser.
You feel me?
I ain't gonna hold you.
It's the
So
same-
that was my top 10. But now that we're done with our top 10, I do want to say this. He definitely had an early demise. I do want to ask you this question. If Draco was still alive, how do you think things will be in LA rap scene?
That's a great question. I feel like if Draco was alive, he would probably just be in a more advantageous position because a lot of people are getting money flipping the style he got. So if the originator was still here and everybody was fucking with it, you feel me? Like, except for the people that didn't fuck with him, and that's not to co-sign whatever agenda anybody had on either side of that conflict in the streets. I'm just a casual observer from the outside, right? But other than the people that didn't like him, all of LA and at large, this is the style we were co-signing. He would just be a bigger star, would be shining brighter and be more influential. And I feel like a lot of other people that we've heard of, we probably might not have even heard of their name at this point.
I think Draco would have been the biggest rapper in LA right now. And the reason why I say that is he was down to touch down with other people in other states. He did a record with the biggest artist in the world, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, and
Right.
he was very early on fucking with Detroit artists, doing shit with Bang Gang Lonnie and Ice War Vezo.
And then he went up north. He was messing with
messing with fools in the Bay
with
like I Am.
Slowby
Even
and all of
before
them,
that, he
before
was working
Slowby
with I
died.
Am Sue. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Long Live Slowby too. Yeah,
I think if
DB Bout a Bag.
if Draco was still alive, I think he would be the biggest artist in LA. And it's not too much more so on the songs that he made, but it's more so on the influence that he had. I don't think we've had a bigger influence than Draco besides like people like Snoop.
I was gonna say
Sugar Free.
take it back to Snoop. You feel
Yeah,
me?
like,
And I understand.
Even with me,
people-
like, me, I did the jerky music, right?
Mhm,
And it did create a wave.
mhm.
But I've never seen a person who created a wave where he's not even existing no more, and they're still taking his style. They're still
100%.
using his music. They're still using his words. They're still using his like dialect verbatim to how he said it. Like they're even sometimes in the videos they're doing their eyes like him.
And the cool part is what people don't realize is I wish these kids realize you could take like the spirit of what he was doing and apply that in your own way. And instead of you saying flu flamming, you could use your own word that you invented that means the same thing.
Mhm.
And then you make that sound cool.
Mhm.
The same way Draco did. That's being original. That's applying the mentality of somebody like that and pushing creative boundaries forward as opposed to being stagnant and derivative and copycatish. And like that's the last thing you said. What would Draco be doing? Not what other people is doing.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
So would you put Draco in your top 10 of West Coast artists ever?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's in
And
the
what
top
number
10
would
of
you
all
put him?
time. I think that I really have to break down that list a little bit more definitively.
Let's go real quick. Like if you just had like a real quick.
I'll say this: that the biggest thing is that he's definitely, other than Snoop, probably the most influential rapper in my opinion
100%.
in West Coast history. The only other guy I'd put in that conversation is Nip, based on the fact of his
Early
social
demise.
activism and
his
like
early
but
demise
it's,
too.
yeah,
though.
and his early demise, but really like what he did as far as influencing people
So would you put
socially and
would you put Draco
consciously.
number 2? I mean, I'm sorry, number 3.
Well, I would put not. I feel like it's really difficult to.
And we're not
just-
talking about like we're not talking about.
I think that's a
lyricism.
list for another time. We'll do.
Yeah, but we're
I
not
think
talking.
it's a
No,
list
we're
for
gonna talk
another
about
time.
this. No, we're
We
here.
can talk about it.
We're not talking about lyricists. We're talking about just influence.
Oh, influence? Yeah,
Yes.
I feel like the only other person you'd have to put in that conversation at that point is like Mac Dre. You have to start thinking about some Northern Cali people like Mac Dre, possibly.
Yeah, Mac Dre was that
E40,
dude.
Too
Exactly,
Short, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
Nah, Mac Dre for sure.
you know, Mac Dre influence like changed the way people to this day. Everybody move and dance like Mac Dre. Like if you from,
We
what-
definitely got to do another episode on this.
Yeah, that's
we
what I'm
definitely
saying.
got to
Like,
do another episode on this.
that's a whole other convo. But this one right here, I hope y'all enjoy it. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts. Lush and Tay.
Long live the truth.
Really dissecting this rap shit. You feel me? With that being said, shouts to Mikey, shouts to the Braganza Bros, and we about this biatch.
Big Bank Uchis.